ever caught yourself thinking, you know what would make my trip more exciting? Driving blindfolded. No? Well, if that thought hasn't crossed your mind, you're clearly not grasping Alabama's unique legal mindset. That's right, Alabama actually has a law explicitly forbidding people from driving while blindfolded. Did you ever think that people in Alabama explicitly needed a reminder for that? This is Vivid Verdict, your favorite spot to explore the utterly bizarre, laughably absurd, and extremely ridiculous facts and figures. In this video, we're about to shine a light on the unknown, strange, and downright hilarious laws of the United States of America. Despite being renowned for its freedom of choice and diversity of culture, the United States has some rules that are so absurd, they'll leave you either scratching your head or laughing uncontrollably. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and prepare to be astounded by our top 10 stupid rules collection in the United States of America. Number 10. Wearing slippers, a punishable offense. New York, a city that never sleeps, has a dress code at night. If you are walking around in your slippers after 10 p.m., you may be doing something more than breaking fashion rules. You may be breaking the law. Yes, in New York City, it is unlawful to wear slippers at night. It seems mad, doesn't it? But there are a few speculations about this madness. Some say this quirky law exists to prevent noise complaints because, apparently, slippers shuffling along apartment floors are just that disruptive. Others guess it might have been designed to prevent accidents, like people sleepwalking. Or maybe New York just has an unspoken vendetta against nighttime comfort. Who knows? Number 9. Safety first, but not for criminals. If you are planning to commit a crime in some gangsta style in New Jersey, you are doomed. In the Garden State, it's illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a crime. Now, let's unpack this for a moment. First off, committing a crime? Obviously not a great idea, but wearing a bulletproof vest while doing it? That's where New Jersey draws the line. Apparently, this law exists to ensure that law enforcement has a fair chance at catching criminals without them being, well, bulletproof. But let's be real, if someone's already breaking the law, do you really think they'll stop to say, hold on, can't put on this vest, it's against the rules? It's one of those laws that is as confusing as it is strangely specific. So, the moral of the story? If you're in New Jersey, maybe just don't commit crimes and leave the bulletproof vest at home. Trust me, it's not worth the legal gymnastics. It's a law that's trying to make sure that when criminals are caught, they're caught safely without anyone getting hurt more than necessary. Number 8. Married and hooked. No fishing alone. In Montana, married women can't go on fishing trips on Sunday alone. Their plan needs a partner. No solo adventures for them. That's right, it is illegal for married women to go fishing alone on Sundays. This law is a relic of an ancient era when it was likely created when women's roles were heavily restricted and Sundays were reserved for family time or proper activities. Fishing alone? Well, that was just too much independence for some folks back in the day. Some people believe this was more a tradition than a law to honor Sabbath and family time. But whatever it is outdated and obsolete now, yet practiced and observed. But let's be real, this law is about as outdated as dial-up internet. You might just want to grab a buddy and avoid any fishing-related legal troubles. And if you're married, well, looks like hubby's going to be your new fishing partner on Sundays. Do you still not believe that these laws are weird? We swear they are. Oops. If you are one of those who have a habit of swearing, this next law will land you in hot water, so you better watch your mouth. Number 7. 2 is a crowd and swearing is a crime. In the southern state of Mississippi, it is unlawful to utter any sort of oath before 2 or more people within a public setting. Here you have it, buddy. You use that F word or some other dirty word with friends around you, and you end up going straight to the other side of the law. Now, don't freak out at the thought of involuntarily mumbling some obscure profanity under your breath. This law is designed to handle more overt swearing. Apparently, way back when, it served the purpose of keeping public areas civilized and free from language that was otherwise offending to the public in general. So, next time you're hanging out in Mississippi, be aware of the crowd, because in some places, cursing could cost you more than just a scolding from grandma. Now that you have sworn not to swear before a crowd, be mindful not to be overjoyed. Yes, this next law puts a limit on your cheer. Let's check this out, and believe me, this one is definitely a holiday buzzkill. Number 6, cheer in check. In Maine, keeping your Christmas decorations up after January 14th is illegal. That's right, you've got just about 2 weeks after the new year to enjoy that festive glow before taking down the tinsel, lights, and inflatable Santa. Why the rush? Well, the law was likely created to prevent people from holding on to holiday decorations well into the new year. Because, let's be real, we've all seen that house that still has its Christmas tree up in March. It's a way to keep things tidy and in line with what the season's all about. So if you're in Maine and still rocking your Christmas lights mid-January, you might want to start packing up before the law comes knocking. You've got a short window to bask in the holiday cheer, and then it's time to get back to reality. But wait, let us cheer you up again with this strange rule. Ask a married person's honest opinion on whether they would marry their spouse again. Now, ask the same question to a person in Kentucky. Number 5, marrying the same person again? There is a limit. Let's go to Kentucky for a law that will make you question your love life. In this state, it is illegal for a woman to marry the same man more than 3 times. Yes, you heard that right. If you have some rough patches and break up, try again once or twice. But after that, the law says no more. Why, would you ask? Back in the day, this law was probably put in place to discourage marital revolving doors, where couples kept breaking up and getting back together like it was a hobby. So, ladies of Kentucky, if you're considering a 3rd go-round with the same guy, you're in the clear. But after that, it's time to put the wedding bells away for good, unless, of course, you fancy breaking the law. Number 4, respect the tea. Let us hop over to Kansas, where we find a law that might leave you questioning your dinner party hosting skills. In Kansas, it's illegal to serve wine in teacups. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, the good folks in Kansas wanted to keep their wine sipping a little more sophisticated. No more pretending you're sipping tea while secretly getting tipsy. So, if you're in Kansas and fancy a glass of wine, be sure to leave the teacups in the cupboard. Your guests will thank you. The next one is as wild as the wilderness. This one is weird even to imagine. Number 3, cannibalism is illegal unless it's a matter of survival. You heard that right. So, if you're stranded in the mountains with no food, go ahead and break bread, just not with a fellow human. Why does this law exist? It's probably more of a just-in-case situation. Idaho's rugged terrain is known for some extreme circumstances, and this law gives people a loophole if they're literally fighting for their lives. Let's just hope you never have to test it out though, because surviving on canned beans sounds a whole lot better than the alternative. Now, let us get back to everyday life and think about a scenic photograph. Do you think a photograph could be life-threatening? Well, let us find out in the next law. Number 2, the photograph rule. Now, on to Alaska, where a law is as wild as the animals. You cannot wake a sleeping bear to take a photograph. I mean, who would even think this is needed to be a law? Some people thought a bear's beauty sleep was the perfect photo op, but Alaska says, nope, not on our watch. Why does this exist? Well, bears are, wild animals, and waking one up from its nap isn't just rude, it's a bad idea for your health. So, unless you're hoping for a close-up with the bear's claws, best to let it snooze peacefully and save your photography for something less life-threatening. Number 1. It is illegal to drive blindfolded in Alabama. Number 1 on our list is a law that seems so obvious you can't believe it had to be made. Some people were actually trying this out, and Alabama had to step in and say, no thanks. And therefore, out of all the states in the U.S., it's only illegal in Alabama to drive blindfolded. In conclusion, although some rules do not make sense today, their origination and usefulness must be addressed. But you can ignore some of them. They are definitely senseless. If you enjoy this video, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Stay in touch with us for more exciting, unique, informational, and bizarre details.